Last year in 2024, I made around 148 garments, and out of all of those, there's always a top 10. I've thought about it and I'm sharing those with you. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing. And today I'm sharing with you my 10 happiest makes from 2024. I started creating these videos at the start of 2021, so this would be the 5th once annual video. It makes me think quite a lot. I don't do them right at the start of January. I give myself quite a few weeks to think about it after doing all these roundup videos I do at the end of the year. I know you enjoy those. So I've had some time to go through everything, look at all my makes, and also think about what are the ones that made me the happiest. So it's all about the way I feel, very subjective, obviously. I do have to agree that some makes just had me a little more excited than others, just because of the fabric choice or the style or how I thought it was going to look or how much I knew it was going to work in my wardrobe. There's quite a variety of things. And then also there's the feeling I have when I put it on for the first time. It's all like that. I love everything I make. Obviously, I take my time to choose the pattern, to choose the fabric.
It's a process that I don't take lightly. I give a lot of thought to it. That's why I'm always really happy with my makes.
But what are the top 10? Now, I have 8 here that I'm going to give you in no particular order. I couldn't really rate them, 10, 9, 8. I'm not going to do that. So the first 8 that you're going to see, I love them. One of the happiest makes of the year. But then I'm going to leave my top 2 at the very end. I know that one of these could have been the top 1, but I just could not figure it out. I just love them both so much. I've worn them out so much. I've gotten so much feedback from them. So top 2, those are the ones that are on the top, though you'll see those at the end. The first one I'm going to share with you is not something I made for myself, and that's actually why it was one of the happiest makes ever. I made my son a jacket at the beginning of the year, and he's rarely, as he's gotten older, agreed to me making him things. It's not as cool as it was when he was little, which is like a stab to my heart, really, because I just want to make him all the things. But I respect. He's just missing out. So at the beginning of the year, there was a pattern called Clef that was released over at Love Notions. There's a woman's version, a kid's version, and a man's version. The man's version is called Bass Clef. And I showed him the liner. I showed him the one I'd made for myself. And he's like, yeah, I'd like that. And so I chose 100% linen in navy for him. I made the option with the zipper. It's beautiful. I created details to go on the inside, like binding for all the seams. I chose one of his old shirts when he was like 10 or 11. Beautiful, plaid in cotton, just lovely. I showed him several of his little shirts and he chose the one that he found the coolest. I made tons of bias tape out of that, and that's what I used to bind on the inside. So it's a type of memory binding. I love doing that. That's why I don't get rid of some things, because I know I can reuse them to make binding. And I made him this jacket. He's worn it to church. I know he could also dress it down, but he's mainly dressed it up, which is great because he doesn't really have that many options to dress up. So it's amazing. It's gorgeous. I put a lot of effort into it. 100% linen is not cheap. It's an investment for him to have for many years to come. It's a fabric that's going to last. It's going to get nicer and nicer as he wears it more and more. The fit is nice and loose. He can have it for so long, and it made me so happy. I was literally singing the whole time, and just seeing him wear it just makes me really proud and really happy. And I know he loves it. So extra happiness for me. That's what I love about sewing. And it's rare that I get to sew for other people. It makes me super happy, and this was the first one I'm sharing because, yeah, I just can't swipe the smile off my face just even thinking about all that process that it took to create it for him. I love him so much. He's my only child. Why would I not want to make the best for him? And I just wish I could do it more often, But, he said yes that time, so I was happy. The second one I'm going to share is a little sporty. It's a little bit different. I made it at the end of the year, and I've worn it so many times. One of my favorite makes this year, the Ravinia skirt from Love Notions. The Ravinia skirt, the shortest version is above the knee, and then you have maxi versions, but I made this one a lot shorter. Zebra athletic knee, and it's a scort because I've attached onto the waistband a pair of clear water shorties underneath. I have worn these so many times. It's so cute, it's so comfortable, super functional, and I'm tempted to make my clear water shorties that I have already in other prints to have the skirt on top. It's something that I can just add on, and I even have leftover fabric. So this was a really inspiring make for me. I know that I love wearing this. You know, I'm super comfortable working out and having my bottom completely covered with a skirt rather than just wearing plain up shorties. Little binding here in contrast, so comfortable, and one of my favorites for sure. Since I made it, I've probably worn it about 10 times to the gym. So here's one where I'm really sweaty. I've just got a green tank top and I've worn this out so much. It's so great to make things that you're gonna love and wear a lot. Now I'm obsessed with skirts. I've just found that they're so practical. I've been going to the gym and working out for years, and I always just use capri leggings. Now there comes a time of the year here in Brazil where I live where it's so hot. I can't even tolerate the fabric up to below my knees. Whereas in the past I would just put up with it. And I think shorties are really practical. I don't like feeling that exposed though. So I think the fabric covering the shorties and, you know, making it a little skirt is so cute and so practical. And I'm obsessing about making all my little shorties skirts now. Just from doing that experiment and mashing up two patterns, it was so much fun. Now the next type of garment is one I don't usually wear, I don't usually sew, and this is the first time I've been actually super overjoyed with the result. The fabric is amazing, the process was really fun, and I've worn it out, and it's something that's totally out of my comfort zone, but I can see myself wearing this style a bit more. Especially this pattern is just so lovely. Another favorite from 2024 is the Sea Change jumpsuit from Pattern Emporium. This is one of the versions I have. I have one that's full length, but this one's much more wearable for me just because of the weather. It's so hot. I love the pink and the beige print over here. This is a rayon linen blend. More rayon than linen, so it's really nice. I have one inseam pocket over here. I didn't sew it on the other side. And I only have one because it was part of a tutorial. It's so loose, you can pull it on over your head. It's a little waist tie that you could have sewn onto the side seams to get a little bit of waist shaping. But I decided to sew it in here on the center seam right here because there's a seam that goes all like this. This is just so cute, and I've never been a huge jumpsuit wearer. But this is woven and it's the first woven style. It's really wearable for me. I've got it on its own here. I've actually worn it to church with the downtown jacket in navy linen. I think the pink, the beige and the navy go really well together. And this is a little bit exposed, you know, in my arms and my back. So for church, I thought that little jacket was perfect. Plus it gets really cold with the air conditioning and it's amazing. I absolutely love this one. I also have a long version, one that goes all down to the floor in more neutral gray tones. That didn't make the cut here because this fabric that I've just shown you, the pink and the beige, is just so gorgeous. I've got so much yardage of that fabric left and I can't wait to make more things out of that same fabric. It's just so amazing, at least for me. I did use several brands to sew my happiest makes. A few of them that you'll see today mentioned are from Each to Stitch, and I wanted to let you know that Each to Stitch is running a sale through the 1st of February. Site-wide, the whole site, there's no pattern excluded, that is 20% off. You don't need to type in a discount code. It'll be all applied at checkout, super easy. So check out Each to Stitch, it's amazing, highly recommend. You find all the information you need, my affiliate link, plus my playlist of all Each to Stitch makes at the top of the comment section, pinned, easy to find. If you do use my affiliate link, I do receive a small commission. It's one of the ways I make an income creating helpful content here on YouTube. So if you use my link, I'm super grateful. Now the next one, there's a combination of reasons why it made it to my top 10, and one has to do with the fabric. The fabric is amazing. When my mom came to visit me in Brazil in 2022, we were looking for fabric online. We were looking at the computer together and we saw a fabric that we both loved. So I got quite a lot thinking to make a dress for her and one for myself. It's beige, it's got a few flowers there, but at the bottom, because it's a border print, it's got these amazing flowers in pink and plum tones, just amazing. And so I made a dress for myself. I'll show you a few images here of that one, the ladera dress from Each to Stitch. Amazing, gorgeous. But it didn't make my top 10 just because it's something that I'm going to wear only a few times. It's like an occasion dress for me. But the one I made for my mom, that is just everything, you know, just combine the perfect fabric with the chance to sew for my mom, who I also love. I mean, she's my mom, we're very close. And I made it customized to her. I used the Lyric dress bodice from Love Notions, but instead of having a waist seam and doing the A-line skirt like the typical dress. I just extended the bodice pieces and created a sheath dress instead. Super easy for me to do that for my mom because she's more of a rectangular figure with narrow hips. So I didn't really need to worry about that many curves there needed to fit into the dress. You know, it was quite an easy process for me to do. Fully lined. I pulled out all the stops for her there. She loves those types of sheath dresses. And I made like 5. She's got about 5 of those that I've made her in different linens. But that fabric, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. So that definitely had to be my top 10 just because of the fabric and the fact that I was able to make it for my mom. Before we keep going with the favorites of 2024, what am I wearing? This is gorgeous. This is a Whistler hoodie and pullover from Love Notions. It's just that I've made a brand new one and without sleeves, as you can see. It's really, really beautiful. I do have a green one I made in the past in 2021. It's a couple of years old. I've worn that quite a bit. I love this short collar. It's amazing. And this is the Feature Friday pattern for today. $5 is about 60% off the regular price over at Love Notions. A great chance to get an amazing pattern for a great deal. I'm going to leave my affiliate link in the description box and at the top of the pinned comment, as well as the video I made of my original Whistler that has all the sewing construction. It's gorgeous. It's a really beautiful top. It's a beautiful design. It can be a top, it can have a hemband, it can be a tunic, it can have gathers over here. Of course, it's got long sleeves, but mine doesn't. This is my gorgeous new Whistler pullover. It's a little bit different if you can see because it's sleeveless. This is a little hack. I did it by modifying the armhole after sewing it up, trying it on. I just made it narrower. I cut an armband and sewed that on. This is the version that has a simple hem, and the hem is slightly longer than the pocket bags underneath, and I think it's a good length to wear with this beautiful encore skirt. All burgundy here, so I've spiced it up by adding a bag with a little bit of an animal print going on there. I really like this length right here for this type of skirt. This skirt is fitted right here, and then the pleats and the volume start a little lower. So I think it's okay. If this was a longer top, then it could start flaring out and looking strange. So this is the longest I would wear a top like this with a skirt that's a little fuller than that. I love that they match and I can wear them together. There is the hem and there is the pocket bag. So I think the hem is about 3/4 of an inch lower than the pocket bag right there. It's the shortest you can make this one, or else you would see these. There is the seam of the pocket opening right there. Super fun sew. I top stitched that down there. Here is this gorgeous short collar. It's so beautiful. I love how it looks. It's not too deep. I didn't put any buttons this time. In the one I made previously, I did put 2 buttons. I think it is optional. It's not going to open up and show anything. And here are my armbands. Very, very simple. I made the shoulder narrower here so that this wouldn't end up being too low. And I also made it shorter right there, about 1 inch, so that this wouldn't end up digging into my arm right there. So that's really nice, being top stitched down as well as that seam there. This is a size large standard bust. I made 0 fitting adjustments. Remember, I have a video showing all the details of how to put all the front pieces together, including the short collar and the pockets. For my weather, I really like vests because I can wear a really thin base layer with long sleeves in the winter, and then I can be warm here in the center area of my body. But then my arms being a little bit more free with just a really light layer and no sleeve means that I can regulate my temperature a bit better. My arms are going to be a little bit more free with something made out of cotton, just a really, really light layer underneath, and I'm going to be super happy. Here is a monochromatic look, this time with trousers. These are ready to wear trousers. I think they go really well together, straight leg, classic. The length of this Whistler is perfect for it as well. And here you can see I do have a layer underneath. I do have a black base layer in a cotton lycra, super nicely fitted, and it's going to keep me warm when it gets really cold. This is my Whistler pullover that I made years ago. It's about 4 or 5 years old. Beautiful green sweater knit. This one has the long sleeves and the cuffs right here, but still has the regular hem. Back then I made a size extra large standard bust, and my size right now is a large. So if you wanted to size up, this is how it would look. Because it's a little looser, I've paired it with jeans that are fitted here on the top, waist and thighs, a little more flared at the bottom, but this is what matters. I wouldn't wear something like this with a light wide leg pant or something like that. So I think this is nice and balanced, very sporty. The next one is a jacket. I'm a sucker for jackets. I love making jackets. I think out of all the things that you can sew, it's one of the ones that you can really tell that you might spend less money on the materials and all of that compared to what that would be if you were buying it ready to wear. I think it's the type of garment where you would see the most difference. And it's a cotton sateen. I have a pile of cotton sateen that I've been collecting in beautiful, beautiful prints. And when I had the chance to sew this jacket, I chose a gorgeous, gorgeous one with pink and purple and white tones, a little bit of beige in there. It's just so, so beautiful. I have a matching skirt to go with it. But yet just the prospect of choosing the fabric, touching it, stroking it, and sewing it had me so excited. This is my gorgeous downtown jacket from Pattern Emporium. It's so lovely. The fabric is amazing. And to make it even better, I have a matching skirt. This is the Easy Does It from Pattern Emporium. But it's a jacket actually that's on my favorites because the skirt is more of a basic. Still amazing, but I think a skirt would rarely make it into my top 10s. It's usually upper things or things that are a little bit more involved because it's super easy. But how gorgeous this is together. Cotton sateen, it's a shorter jacket, not tight, nice amount of ease. So lovely. I like this high hip length right there. I think it looks really good with the A-line skirt, and the cotton sateen, the colors are just everything. I also have another downtown jacket in navy blue linen, which I've worn a lot. That one's short sleeves, but I chose this version because of the print. I'm a sucker for prints. And the fact that this jacket is not extremely difficult to sew compared to other jackets. There's nothing really complicated over here. And because there's a print, I kept it simple and I didn't add the patch pockets. Also, because I knew that there was enough to make a skirt, so I was trying to maximize everything I had left over. So this one's a simple one, but it doesn't need to be complicated because the print is the star over here. Also, what made me super happy was seeing the little bit of fabric I had left over. When I see a little piece of fabric left over for a skirt and then I know I'm going to get a set, it's like the icing on the cake. It just contributes to all the happiness this project gave me. The next one is a dress. It's an amazing dress, super beautiful drafting. I chose an amazing color. The process was not super short. It wasn't as simple as other dresses, but that contributes to the satisfaction at the end. This pink cotton linen blend Camilla's dress from Each to Stitch is so, so lovely. To be honest, it wasn't the easiest to make. It did take quite a while, but the details are amazing. I know a lot of you liked it because you bought the pattern when I showed it on the channel using my affiliate link. So I know it was very well received by everyone and by myself as well. It's got lovely details and a little bit of a T going on, slight gathers here, not that much. And over here you have these channels with 1/4 inch elastic inside. Lovely V-neck with a placket, no buttons, simple sleeve over here. The pink is amazing. I love the color. It just makes me so happy. It's so vibrant. And I think this will suit a lot of people. See all these elastic channels over here. It's double layer on the inside and it's all threaded through the inside. And there is the lovely neckline. Such an amazing dress. Totally worth the effort that it took and the time and everything. It's just amazing. And this is one that you want to wear out on its own. No jackets over here, just like it is. I was very happy sewing this up, knowing and imagining how it would look and feel. And you know, anything that's elasticated over here is really good. It gives you the waist shaping, but not the discomfort. So that is amazing. So lovely. The next one is also from Each to Stitch, and this was a free pattern. As soon as I saw the liner, I fell in love with it. I love the simple design, how well it fits, and it's a topper that could be so versatile. I made one. I didn't have time to make more at that time, but I know it's one I definitely want to make again in another color. I can wear it so many ways, and it's a free pattern. So let's see that one. Make sure you grab it for free. You don't have to pay anything. For all the patterns I'm featuring in this video, you'll see links below in the description box. This was an amazing pattern to sew up. Super easy, not complicated at all. My favorite color, red. This is a deba topper from Each to Stitch. It's a free pattern. It's got a dolman type sleeve and a dart right here, a single button closure. You can wear it closed or open, and it's got a lovely curved hem right there. And because it's shorter, I think it pairs really well with the Free Spirit skirt from Pattern Emporium. So this is a match made in heaven for me. I haven't actually worn this outfit out like this, but I've got it at the back of my mind. Next time I go out, this is going to be it. It's lovely. And yeah, it's a free pattern. It's amazing. You can see it up closer. Curved little hem on the side. Simple back, facing finish on the inside, very neat. I absolutely love it. It's a free pattern, so if you haven't got it, what are you waiting for? It's amazing, and I think it's really versatile. The next one is a type of dress that I've heard a lot of people say in the fashion world that looks good on everyone. I tend to agree. I think most of the time that I've had mixed experiences, especially with ready to wear, is the fact that they can be a little bit low cut. I'm talking about a real wrap dress, so you wrap. Sometimes this doesn't wrap high enough for what I like, and I have problems. I have to put pins and things, and it can get uncomfortable. Also, some patterns that I've tried, I just drafted for a B cup, which means I don't get the proper coverage, and it's just, yeah. The one I'm going to show you now, though, does not have that problem. And the fabric, what can I say? Amazing. It's the Eden wrap dress from Sinclair Patterns. It can also be a peplum. You can also add sleeves and other options, but sleeveless is my preferred because it's just so hot over here, and I know my arms are free and it makes me the happiest. I couldn't leave this amazing dress out of my favorites of the year for two reasons. I mean, I love the design. It's a real wrap dress, fit and flare. I think the silhouette suits a lot of people. Universally, I think that's what most people say, and I totally agree. And the other one is the fabric. This is a dead stock Rayon fabric, Rayon linen blend. My husband got it for me on my birthday shopping spree when I turned 45. And it's gorgeous. It's got large scale parrots on it in black and white, and I couldn't wait to have it made as a garment. So the experience of sewing this dress was amazing. I had already sewn a version that's a peplum, so I already knew the fit was on point. So all I had to do was make this dress, and yeah, I just could not wait to put it on, and it's amazing. It's just so lovely. Maybe you can see a little bit of parrot going on here, like there, for example, there's a parrot face there, the beak. It's a full wrap dress, completely opens up. It's got the opening right there. The ties go around and tie over here on the left side of my body. What I also like about this one is that the wrap here on the top is not too low. It's perfect. I don't need a pin. I don't feel unsafe, like I'm going to show my brow, my cleavage. And that's amazing. The cup sizes certainly help, and also the height files from Sinclair. So yeah, the fit on this one is top notch. This is not the type of dress that will take you a couple of hours to sew. It'll probably take more like a whole day with little breaks here and there, but it's so worth it. Happiness this one brought me is amazing. I have already worn it out, and I felt like $1 million, or whatever other currency you use. I just felt like I was wearing an amazing dress, and it's such a great feeling to have that when you're sewing. I can't tell you how excited I am when I have an amazing fabric and I finally get to make it. I have a pretty substantial fabric collection. I love buying fabric, and whenever I'm going to sew a project, I rarely ever have to go and buy fabric specific for the project. I usually just shop in my collection. I open my cupboards and I just go hunting for fabric. And when I have one in my mind that I really want to make, it's just amazing to just pull it out and actually cut it out. Finally. And that's what happened with that fabric. So beautiful, the parrots, the black and the white. It's just so lovely. And combine it with a beautiful wrap dress that fits amazing. Yeah, great. Love it. So happy. Now we come to the last two, the top two. Both are tops, both are woven fabrics, both are stunning fabric choices. They're both prints. And also the design is just amazing. So I couldn't really decide which one was the top one. So let's just say both of these are the top ones, the top two. I have to check out this amazing shirt. Now the pattern originally is for a shirt dress, long, and I actually did make one. I also love it. The print of that one is amazing. But I had to put this version on my top two because it's a shirt. I just made the dress shorter. And this is so much more wearable for me. And also I love the print. It's amazing. This is the ladera shirt dress from Each to Stitch, but this is a shirt version that I hacked. Very easy hack. Let me show you. It's got a tie right here that's incorporated into the front piece. Gives you amazing waist shaping. There's a seam right there, seam at the back. The fit is gorgeous. Cup sizes are amazing. And this is a cotton poplin shirting material that I bought quite a while back. Isn't it amazing? It's just so lovely. So many details here, the collar stand, hidden button placket over here, lovely short sleeves. There's a little cuff here, and right there's a little tower placket and button. Hard to see with the print, but it's really fun to sew. You can also sew a simple short sleeve as well, and I did that with my shirt dress. This is just so amazing. Look at this print. It's just so wonderful, at least in my eyes. I love red and white together. Gorgeous details here. This is not something that's going to take 2 or 3 hours to sew. It's going to take longer than that. But there's nothing really hard if you just follow instructions. There is quite a lot that I included in my video about this pattern. I also have a full Patreon sew along, and it's just so amazing. What I've got it paired here is with the sky skirt from Sinclair Patterns. This is a denim look cotton jersey, knit fabric, stretchy. And it's tied up here at the top, but then it has a little bit of volume here. I think it pairs beautifully with a shirt this length and with this amount of ease. Navy, white and red, classic combination. And I've gotten so many compliments when I've worn this out. I've worn it out to several places, the mall, doctor's office, even to church. And I've always gotten compliments. People asking, what brand is that? What designer? I don't really tell many people that I make my clothes. The people that I do tell, I tell them the name of the pattern brand, and then the result comes customized to me with my fabric choice and everything. It's going to look different for everyone, and I just think this is absolutely beautiful, at least in my eyes, and I'm so happy. This is such a great make, and that's why it made it into my top 2 of 2024. It's just so amazing, and it made me so happy to make it. So many comments when I wore that shirt. I actually took that shirt on my trip to Chile this summer, and I wore it quite a few times. I wore it out shopping, I wore it to church, and I got comment after comment. Most people don't know that I sew, and they ask me, where did you buy it, what shop, what designer, and I just give all these vague answers. I never actually say. But it's amazing. I felt so good in the red and the white. It just is a color combination that boosts my mood and just makes me happy. And it's the same sensation I had when sewing it. Now let's see the other one that made the top 2. One of my top 2, because I can't put number 1 or number 2 in the first place. I love them both so much. So one of my top 2 is a tempo sundress from Love Notions, but as you see, it's not a dress, it's a peplum. It's all the same, it's just that instead of doing the longer skirt or 2 tiers, it could even be a maxi, I just did a shorter one. I love that. And this has a sleeve add-on right here. So amazing. This is a Cebu Collections pencil skirt that I've got on with it, and it's amazing. This fabric was left over from making a pair of Tinley shorts, but that I lengthened to long pants. And so I always knew I had to have a top to go with it, and this was what came out of it, that little piece of fabric, and it's so lovely. This is dead stock Farm Rio fabric as well. It's really striking, the print, and it keeps it simple with just beige and black. You can see I had to cut the peplum on the other direction of the fabric to be able to get one on the cross grain. But that's okay, it's part of the charm. Little sweetheart neckline is super lovely. Now this would have thick straps because it's a sundress, but here we have an add-on sleeve that was added to the pattern afterwards. Really nice add-on, and it makes it super dramatic. I've gotten so many compliments whenever I wear this out, and also when I've wanted to film a video on the channel, there's always comments, what are you wearing, what pattern is it? And yeah, it's just amazing, one of the best makes out of the whole year. Instead of the shirring panel there, I just put a piece of knit, athletic knit right there instead of the shirring panel, and then I can still pull it on over my head. And this is amazing. It's just, I just want 10 more of these in amazing prints, and I feel so glamorous and amazing when I wear it. So I could not leave this one out of my top 2. That fabric, amazing. I love that fabric. This fabric was actually left over from me making a pair of Tinley shorts from Love Notions, but I lengthened them to be full length, so they're wide leg pants. That was the main goal of that fabric anyway when I bought it. I thought the print was going to be super striking for that. But when I saw that I had a little bit left over, I was always thinking about the tempo, making a peplum. All the things I had to do with the pattern layout and everything to get everything to fit there was short of a miracle that it worked out. So I'm just really happy to have it. It's amazing. I love that add-on with the sleeve. You know, the original version is just a sundress, and I love that one as well. But this one has been amazing. I've worn it, I've gotten comments here at church, I've gotten comments online because I've worn that top to film quite a few videos. I'm always like reaching for it. When I want to go out, I just reach for it. It's just so amazing. I feel so glamorous. There's just something about the print and the style that really calls me. And I absolutely love it. I wish I could make more of those. Same, just choose an amazing print and just make more of those, because it's been amazing to have it. All the process around it, how it came together with such a small fabric, really made me love it and made me super happy. So those are my top 2. I hope this was inspiring for you. I hope I'm able to portray how much I love sewing. I absolutely love sewing. It's something that is so satisfying for me and just brings me so much joy every day. And I hope you can have that mindset. You know, I know it can be stressful sometimes, and sometimes things don't work out. But if we can forget about those experiences and just focus on the positive ones, in general, we're going to have a better outlook on how sewing is for us, all the wonderful things it provides us, all the creativity, all the amazing fitting clothes that we get. And it's such a fun process of creation. And I hope you have the same happiness I have sometimes when you make something that you absolutely love. Don't forget to check out the Whistler pullover and hoodie over at Love Notions, only $5 today. This is the gorgeous one I have that I've made sleeveless. Absolutely loved making it again. It was a really fun experience. So those are my top 10. Now comes the whole process of sewing brand new things for 2025, and I'll have another video like this one at the start of 2026. I'll see you soon with more sewing on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Every video here, every episode has a lot of practical content for you, all focused on sewing, so don't miss out. See you soon.